My name is Dr. Malik Ajmal Gulzar. I am working at Allama Iqbal Open University for the last 26 years. For the last 3 years, I am heading the department. And Alhamdulillah, we people have started so many new programs in the department. For example, we have started BS English, MPhil, and PhD in the last 3 years. We people have given a topics to our MPhil and PhD scholars, and hopefully they will come up with very good research proposals to work upon the regional languages. And this is how we are trying to promote the regional languages of their areas, and this is how they are interested to work on their own native languages. And this department, with the help of Foreign Language Initiative Institute, we will inshallah try to provide them a complete support in this regard, and we will try to facilitate them to work upon the language of these areas, and this is how they can keep a record and they can document their own languages. Language documentation is very important from different perspectives. First of all, it provides us the historical background of the development of the languages, how the languages are growing in the society. First. Secondly, this is how we can create a linkage between the present language and the language of the past of the same area. And then we can look into the areas which have been improving and which have been not improving. And this is how we can create a linkage between the development of language in the different phases. For example, we people can know what words are in use and what words are not in use anymore, and this is what we can study through this language documentation. Language documentation actually provides you a clear picture of a language, how it was and how it is and how it's going to be in the near future. For example, you might know that the language of the grammar is changing. First, the sentence structure was like this, and now the sentence structure is like this. And this is all what we can know through the language documentation. Loss of languages is a loss of a culture. And if there is a loss of a culture, then you can see that's a big loss for the civilization of that particular area, of that particular society, of that particular country. And it's a big loss. Language and culture, we cannot separate these two. Language stays in a culture, and culture without language and language development cannot grow, cannot progress. Every culture, every language, they are indispensable to one another. Languages cannot grow without the societies, and societies cannot grow without the cultures. They are interwoven and they are interconnected. If you look at the development of the languages, you will see that the cultures are promoting there. If you see that languages are dying, and we cannot say that one language is growing without culture and one culture is growing without language. And this is how we have to look at this perspective, that if you want to improve your culture and if you want to improve your language, we have to work on the societies, we have to work on the cultures, and we have to give them a free hand to work in different dimensions, to grow in different dimensions. The people, the kids born in the multilingual societies, they are more intelligent, they are more sociable, they know how to connect the societies. And these languages, when you look at the diversity of the languages actually are a main source of connecting people. And when you speak one language, and if you speak my language and I speak your language, definitely we are not having a contact between two people, we are having the contact between two different cultures. And this is how the diversity takes place. And when the diversity takes place, automatically people get closer and they remove the doubts and suspicion. And if you know the languages, you know what's going on inside that particular culture and society. and this is how we can connect the people. Actually, we people have to work upon the local languages. We have to work on the mother tongues. You might have read that in all the developed countries, the basic education, the primary education is given in the mother tongue. And mashallah, this is what's going on in Sindh right now. The medium of instruction is Sindhi in Sindh till class grade 5. And this is how they are promoting their language. And the Sindhi is a language of their official communication. Sindhi is a language of courts. Sindhi is a language of their official correspondence. And this is how the Sindhi is a one very good example that we can present right now, that Sindhi has got its status, and this status is officially been given to Sindhi language. And that Sindhi people, even those people who are living in the urban areas of Sindh, it's compulsory for them to read and study this Sindhi language till class 5. I think this practice should be implemented in all other provinces of Pakistan, because we have to respect our mother languages. And this, I give you another example. I was in UK. I remember that there is a very big Sikh community living there, and their kids, they were having a problem at the initial stage of schooling. What the British education system did, they offered teacher assistants to the teachers to help them, the Sikh community students, in their language acquisition. And then they appointed Sikh language assistants there, those who were fluent in their Punjabi, and this is how they helped out to help out their Sikh community students to learn English. First, they provided all the instructions in Punjabi, and then slowly and gradually they moved on from Punjabi to English language, and they appointed Sikh community people as a language assistant there, just to help out the student. It means that if the basic education is given in the mother tongue, then it can help and enhance the learning capacity of the students. Beginning, the regional languages are very important. Unfortunately, we people are not giving them the due credit and due prestige. And it's a time right now that we people have to come forward, and we have to give them the right respect and due credit to these regional languages. Why? First of all, they are languages of Pakistan. They should be equally recognized. We have to promote their languages. We have to enhance their culture. And this is how they will feel that we are one nation. Languages are a main source to unite the people. And we have to work to revive their languages. We have to give them a recognition by recognizing their languages and cultures. And this is how we can create a strong nation. FLI, recently we people had a very good workshop. There were some people from America as a resource person. We worked upon different techniques, how can we document the regional languages, and how can we work upon different tools to keep the record of the languages. And this is a very good initiative, and especially those areas in which the languages are no more in use. FLI is actually right now, I have noticed that in that workshop they are working very actively in different areas, and especially it was a great pleasure for me that when I noticed that they are working in the northern areas to document their languages. And this is very important. And that civilization is a very, very, very old civilization, and we have to look at that, and we have to work upon those languages, to look into the different aspects of their cultures, different aspects of their way of living. And right now, if we look at the work of FLI, I can say without any doubt that they are working very well, and I hope that they will extend the scope of their work in Balochistan, in Punjab, and in Sindh. especially in Punjab and Balochistan. There are so many languages which are spoken in Balochistan, they are not well documented, and there is a dire need to document those languages. And I think that FLI is working on the same direction, and hopefully in near future they will extend their projects and they will work in different regions of Pakistan, especially where there are so many languages are spoken, and those languages which are not recognized even today. And thanks to FLI, they are working in a very right direction, and hopefully we people, being a linguist and being a language student, I can say that we should appreciate the work and the ambition of FLI people, and we have to support them. And even I, in my very humble capacity, I extend my complete support to FLI, and I, inshallah, wherever they will try to work upon in the documentation of these languages, I and my department, my university, will extend full cooperation to the FLI in a capacity of a researcher, in a capacity of a teacher, in a capacity of a field worker. Thank you very much.